Took Tony Dungy just 4 years to bring the team to this level. That's a feat that John McKay accomplished back in the 70s. In fact, it was 4 years ago today that the coach was brought on board. Kevin O'Donnell had a chance to sit down with the coach this week to talk about his biggest game. Kevin?
Well, Mark and Cecily, as we all know, he's a coach that really doesn't like to show his emotions. He inherited that from his father. Says, you know, you never know, you don't want to let him know what you're thinking. But after waiting 19 years to reach this point as coach, Tony Dungy is having a hard time keeping up that stoic persona, especially when he looks back on how far he's come in the past 4 years. Talk to you real quick?
Sure.
I was looking back at that tape when we first met at the Senior Bowl 4 years ago. Looks like today, or maybe tomorrow, they're going to announce you as the head coach. What have you heard?
I have not heard anything. That's news to me. I hope you're right.
And I guess a lot has changed with you. That professor looks no longer around. The glasses are gone. The 3-day beard.
That was a wild time. This time of year, you know, 4 years ago. And you're right. I've had the eye surgery since then. Beard has gotten gray, so we had to get away from that. But that was a wild time. And I remember meeting with Rich and talking about what I had in mind for the team if I was fortunate enough to get the job the way I wanted to mold it, and a lot of it has come through. Now 4 years later, you guys are a game away from the Super Bowl. Realistically, how long did you think it was going to take you to get your team to this point? I really looked at this fourth year, and I thought, you know, that we would just get better and better every year and maybe have a shot in year 3, year 4. The second year, we got off to that great start and maybe got it a little prematurely, and before we knew how much work it took. Had a little step back the third year, but I think all of us were really focused on this year. Joe Theismann this week, I don't know if you heard, said this, that this matchup with the Rams and the Bucs is probably the biggest mismatch there has been in the playoffs for a long time. And if the Bucs win, he thinks it'll be the biggest upset in playoff history. Do you agree with that? Well, no, I don't agree with that, but yeah, you know, we'll see. We think we've got a great shot to win, and if no one else does, that doesn't really bother us. I get the feeling you like that underdog role, though, because you've overcome a lot of adversity, a lot of situations where people said, you guys can't do it, you're 3-4, you can't win out the West Coast, you can't win late in the season. You guys have proven people wrong. We've been the underdogs in a lot of situations, and we've had to overcome that here. Away games, West Coast, in domes, night games, you know, all of that. And it really doesn't matter. When you go out and play well, if you outplay the other team, you're going to win the ball game. Now, John McKay beat Dick Vermeil in 1979 when he was with Philadelphia. Are you going to check with him to get some insight on how to beat this guy? I will ask him that, and I'll check with Herm Edwards, who was on that Philadelphia team. And Herm knows Coach Vermeil real well, and they're going to be fundamentally sound. They're going to play hard, just like we will, and I think it's going to be a great game. He's a real emotional guy. I guess you want to try to get him to cry in this game? Well, I think he's going to cry, win or lose, so I don't think we have to worry about that. And while Buck fans are worrying whether the Bucs really have a chance here, Tony Dungy says, you know, he's keeping the faith. He never thinks the negative. You'll never hear the guy talk negative. And he believes, he's got his Bucs believing they're going to win tomorrow.
Ice cool.
Ice cool.
And that's how they've been all season.
Don't let them see you sweat.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I think the Bucs are going to win tomorrow, 23-20.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Going to go on the limb.
And you're the one that told him. It looks like he's getting the head coaching job.
Yeah, I did 4 years ago. It shocked him. He tells me to this day, he goes, I'll never forget it. You were the first one to tell me. I said, well, I'll try to do one better. I'll guarantee you're going to the Super Bowl. He said,
and what better way to celebrate that anniversary than with that win?
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be great.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. Good interview. Talk about success.